Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are jumping back into the legendary GT Goku event for what is most probably the hardest run on Global right now, which is of course the representatives of Universe 7. So the reason this one is so difficult, as I'm sure most of you are probably aware, is JP has already gone through the 6-year anniversary, which means that, you know, the anniversary was literally not only Tournament of Power themed, but it was literally representatives of Universe 7 themed. So the team picked up a whole bunch of new LRs, new TURs, Easy A's, like Goku and Frieza got an Easy A, Int UI Goku, like. So if you're somebody who came out of the anniversary having had some pretty good luck with your summons, even to be fair, free-to-play units like the physical Roshi, your team is going to look completely different to a team on Global. Like, you know, this man right here, AGL, Blue Evolution Vegeta, a little bit dated at this point, but here he is on the team because he is actually fairly useful in this event. So he raises his defense, I think it's 7% each time he attacks, up to a maximum of 70. So ideally we want him to attack at least 10 times before he transforms. And then his defense is okay. It's definitely not the best once we get towards the end. Then we have the physical LR Blue Boys here. They are 79% for me. We weren't able to pick up any rainbow orbs for them, so we didn't get a bunch of additional attacks. And then we have the physical Angel Frieza. Now, physical Angel Frieza, I feel like if you had him Rainbow, or I guess maybe even with just 2 dudes, so you have all of his like star abilities unlocked, he probably would be really useful for this run. But for me, I got fairly lucky when I summoned on his banner. I think I did like 5 multis for a video and pulled him in the last one, and to just kind of stop there. And so he's 55% for me. And even though I know he's really good, I've not really used him that much, so I've not link leveled him at all. So him at 55% and not being link leveled, he's really not like that crazy. So he does infinitely stack defense though. So early on in the event, you want to keep him on rotation just so you can super attack as many times as possible. Because obviously you want that defense to get as high as it possibly can until you choose to transform him. I think personally the best time, which I believe I do in this run, is transforming him when we get to Int Super Saiyan 4, just so we can then try and get through those last 2 phases as quickly as possible. Because just like one of the previous videos, there's no face cam on this one, just because this run was so difficult with the team setup that I have that this took me multiple attempts. Very often I got to the Int Super Saiyan 4 or even the Tech one and then died because of a, you know, like a super attack on the wrong enemy, on the wrong unit. It's very reminiscent of when the first Legendary Goku event came out. People were learning how to like build teams and stuff. Certain teams, especially for these missions, you know, you can't bring a full team of units that can just tank supers left and right. So even if you are doing really well on a run, it only takes 1 super attack on the wrong unit and that can be your run over. So we are running for this setup the Blue Kaioken Goku as the leader and then a friend Goku and Frieza, because I tried all sorts of combos. I tried double Goku and Frieza lead, and then that run, of course, I ended up getting super attacked by the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku on Goku and Frieza. The only attack they had to take for the whole turn, and it was a super attack. I tried double Kaioken Blue leaders, but, you know, this man is a living meme at this point, shout out to Sora, but he's not great. I mean, the reason I brought one of him at all is because I want to try and use the Spirit Bomb later on to try and get through the final stage as quickly as possible. But that's the other thing for me, the situation I'm in. My Kaioken Goku is only 69%. He only has 1 dude. I've not really link leveled him that much either because, you know, don't really use him, to be fair. And after the anniversary comes out and you get a whole bunch of new representatives of Universe 7 leaders, I'll probably never use him again. So that was the biggest problem that I had going into this run, was that I felt like the team that I built in terms of the units was perfectly fine. It's just the fact that so many of them were lacking dupes or link levels for me. So LR UI Goku has 2 dupes. He is full level 10 links. Obviously he's very good in this run. And then like I say, you got Blue Kaioken Goku has 1 dupe. The physical Frieza has no dupes. LR Blue Boys have 2. Obviously MVP 17 is Rainbow because he's a unit that's been around for quite a while. I league leveled him a little bit once we found out how, you know, the anniversary is going to be full on reps of Universe 7, and he can still make that team depending on how you choose to build it, because he's a very good support unit. But he's not like full link level 10. I don't think he's even like all links past 5, but he's obviously very good. He provides defensive support and key to the entire rotation. And then if you start the turn below 70, it's either 70 or 77% HP, he has damage reduction, which can obviously be very helpful. But if you don't have the damage reduction, he definitely can get smacked around a little bit. So we do need to be careful how we choose to play this out. So I put Frieza in slot 1 here because, like I say, I want to super attack with Frieza as many times as I can. And because we know that Blue Evolution Vegeta has a bunch of built-in normal attacks, now that he's transformed up to Evolution Blue, he builds up his crit chance with each attack. So after like the first turn or two, it becomes a point where he pretty much is going to crit on every single attack. So I didn't want him to take out Goku here and not give Frieza the chance to get another super attack in order to get his defense built up a little bit more. So getting off a couple attacks, we don't take that much damage, which is good with no item active. And then of course the blue boys in the final spot, I think they are really useful on this team build because they do greatly raise their defense on super attack. The more rainbow orbs you pick up, the more guaranteed additional normal attacks they do, and the more normal attacks they do, the more likely you are to trigger the additional from their hidden potential system. So if they double super, they're double greatly raising their defense. And I'm fairly sure, I don't know if it happens in this run, but when you get to the final stage against the full power Goku, if they double super attack, they just take double digit damage from normal attacks. Unfortunately, super attacks, good old UI Goku with his 70% chance to dodge, doesn't dodge the super attack from this Goku. Fortunately, he was physical, but still took 100 odd K. I think the thing I was finding the most difficult about this run, and I feel like a lot of people will be in the same boat, because the global version of this team is not as good defensively. If you get unlucky in the early turns with where you take super attacks, if you have to use your first item, I would say before you get to like the Golden Azaru, the run is probably not going very well at that point, because the Golden Azaru and then both of the Super Saiyan 4 stages are quite difficult and take quite a long time. So I go ahead and use a Whis here because I know we are getting fairly close to the Dokkan attack. So ideally what I want to try and do here is get the Dokkan attack next turn if possible. So I'm specifically picking up same type orbs here. While the Whis is active, it means that Frieza's obviously going to raise his defense again. Means he should be okay. It's still kind of a risky turn because even with a Whis active, a physical unit will take a ridiculous amount of damage from a super attack from the Azaru. I've seen physical units still take over 200k from a super from him with a Whis active, which is pretty ridiculous considering Whis is probably one of your best bets for items in this. Now that the mouse item has been more like regularly available on global, there's an argument to be made that they're on a similar sort of level of how effective they are. But the mouse works by lowering the enemy's attack, so in a stage like this, where we can't lower the enemy's attack, you obviously can't use it. So Whis is one of your best defensive item options for this event, and yeah, considering that a type disadvantage super will still do that much damage, it is pretty crazy. But we managed to get all the typing orbs. We get quite a few rainbow orbs with the blue boys at the end, so this is going to be a very strong turn here. UI Goku, I don't know if his passive's even fully built up at this point because he had a couple of missed dodges early on, but he dodges those first 2 attacks of the turn. The game is kind enough at this point to give me a very slow Dokkan mode. So with the Whis active, we shouldn't have to worry about taking a lot of damage this turn, and so the Dokkan attack is pretty much going to guarantee us a full heal. Because ideally what I was really going for here was to hopefully try and finish the Azaru phase without having to use another item, because then once we get onto the 2 Super Saiyan 4 stages, we still have 3 items left. So pretty decent damage from UI, and then Blue Goku rocking a pretty solid attack stat here. With the Whis active, like his defense isn't too bad after super. Still takes 16k though, so like if that was a super attack, I mean that still would have been probably at least 100 if not 150k. So I can see a lot of people's complaints with this event is obviously just like it was with the OG Legendary Goku event, until more of these categories that you have to do the special missions for start getting more new powerful units. Is unfortunately, as you get towards the end of the event, it can sometimes feel like an RNG simulator a little bit, because it is pretty much a case that if the wrong unit takes a super attack, you just die. So it's a little bit frustrating. You got to try and build your team as best you can and be careful with your items, but this Representatives of Universe 7 run really kind of shows that there's only so much of that you can do, because when I was looking at the team list, like, the only unit that I haven't brought here that I would say is probably even worth bringing at all was obviously my Goku and Frieza, because I played around with how I wanted to run the leaders. But like, there's just a bunch of other units. I tried out the AGL Krillin, running him on a rotation with the Tech 18, and once you get a little bit further into the event, they are just not good enough defensively. I think the Krillin has like 2 dupes for me, so obviously I can only go by that and not by how good he would be rainbowed. But he seems okay early on, but once you start getting to the like even the Super Saiyan 3 phase, he starts to take a little bit more damage than I would have liked. And then that kind of is an indicator of the fact that once you get to the Super Saiyan 4s, he would definitely start taking quite a lot of damage. So we do get lucky here right at the start with the Super Saiyan 4 phase, because UI Goku dodges a super attack. Because UI Goku, now that we're this many turns into the event, his chance to dodge has dropped to 50%. And if we don't dodge that super attack and we don't have an item active, it's basically GG at that point. So UI Goku definitely performing well. And then you can see here, Blue Kaioken Goku, like I say, mine only has 1 dupe. His passive is fully built up, and he still takes just over 20k from the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and that's with MVP 17 on rotation, giving him that big defensive buff. So yeah, Blue Kaioken, definitely not the best. Like I say, he's only on the team, so he can try and make use of the Spirit Bomb, and hopefully, you know, he's not going to get us killed. So slot 1, we go ahead and transform Angel Golden Frieza. Now is the time. We obviously want to get through the int stage as quickly as we can. So by transforming him, we're obviously going to be able to start doing a lot more damage here. Again, bear in mind, he is only 55% for me. So, plus, you know, all these units, they have a few links together, because like everyone on the team has Tournament of Power, but like he doesn't get a ton of his attack links or anything as well on this team build. So Golden Frieza, I do think he's a good option, but I'm a little bit unsure here. I was trying to work out the best way to do this rotation, because I really wanted to get at least 1 rainbow orb for the blue boys, so we could actually start getting some additional supers. And then unfortunately, I realized I put myself in a position with the way that the orbs have dropped, that I actually can't get a super attack with Frieza, which is super awkward, considering I specifically transformed him on this turn so that we could get a super attack and start dealing some big damage. But I really wanted to be able to get at least 1 rainbow orb with the blue boys, because at least getting that 1 guaranteed additional obviously makes it a little bit more likely that you're going to trigger the additional super from the hidden potential system. And in this phase against the In Goku, they're obviously going to be the biggest damage dealer on the team, pretty much. So it was unfortunate the way it played out here, not getting the super for Frieza. But as you can see, he takes double-digit damage from the Super Saiyan 4 Goku at 55%. And then the super attack still does 130k, which is a little bit more than I potentially would like, but you know, it's not the end of the world. And then we got Blue Evolution Vegeta. He's built up to the point now where, as you can see, like pretty much all of these attacks are crits, and then he takes 50k. So again, he's another one of these units that if we were to get unlucky and he takes the super, then it's going to be GG. So here I decide we have to change up the rotations. This is kind of like a tactical play on the fly. I really don't want to put Goku and Frieza in front of attacks from Super Saiyan 4 Goku, even with an item active. So I decide to put him in slot 1 and float off the Blue Kaioken Goku. Because realistically, this late in the game, especially at 69%, Blue Kaioken Goku just is a liability. I want him for the Spirit Bomb, but I'm not planning to use that until we get to the Tech Full Power one anyway. So I don't mind floating him off at this point. The friend Goku and Frieza is Rainbow. I don't know if I mentioned that already. But unfortunately, they didn't come through with the crit in Super Saiyan 4. So obviously, unfortunately, not a lot of damage from them. And then UI Goku. His passive is fully built up, so what's really good about him, even at 79% here, passive fully built up, he takes double-digit damage if he doesn't dodge the normal attacks, which is obviously very, very useful, because we really don't want him to be taking crazy amounts of damage if he's not getting them dodges. And then, yeah, Blue Kaioken, Princess Snake is active, but of course, he takes the super attack. So 225k with a Princess Snake active. That's quite a lot. So we got 2 items left. We got MVP 17 on the rotation to provide extra defense. So at this point, like I really don't want to have to use another item against this particular phase. And so we are in that position again, unfortunately, where I can't get a rainbow orb for the Goku and Vegeta unless I was to move them into the 3rd slot. But we go ahead and get a bunch of physical orbs for MVP 17 to give us a heal. 3.1 million attack stat on Frieza's pretty decent considering he is 55%. And again, like I say, not exactly his best link partner setup here. And we do get lucky and get the additional super. So you can see his attack stat jump up a little bit there as well. So a nice little bit of extra damage definitely helps. I mean, that was nearly 2 million damage that we did extra thanks to that additional super attack. And then, of course, Goku and Vegeta going to go off here, greatly raise their defense. So with MVP 17 on rotation, after super attack, their defense is very, very solid. And unfortunately, though, 17, not the hardest hitting unit in the world. So 1.6 million attack stat is definitely not bad, but he's obviously not going to be able to finish off Goku here. So we do get pretty close, and he additional super attacks. So he's putting the work in here, providing the support to the team. We get the additional super. I think if we double crit, we actually would have taken him out, but he does survive with the tiniest amount of health there. He super attacks again, but fortunately 17 not only has type advantage, but we did start the turn with low enough HP to have the damage reduction. So we do survive here. And now basically this is an awkward turn because Goku and Frieza and Blue Evolution Vegeta would take quite a lot of damage here. So I just basically have to put my trust in UI Goku to finish him off, because the Super Saiyan 4 Goku can dodge. So if he dodged this super attack, I think potentially we would have been in serious trouble, because if Goku and Frieza didn't crit, they might not have finished him off, and then they could very easily have been killed. But UI Goku delivers the final blow, and then we move on to the final stage. So Tech Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We have the Spirit Bomb ready to go, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, we just pop this straight away on the first turn. This is literally the entire reason we brought Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku on the team. So let's see how this works out for us. So we fire off the Spirit Bomb here. I can't actually even remember how much damage this does. Oh wow, yeah, crit for nearly 10 million. So you can see that's like 4 whole life bars gone off of him straight away. Now if you have him Rainbow and you have like a decent link partner for him on rotation, the amount of damage that would do is actually kind of ridiculous. So we go ahead and use the item here. I want to make sure that I don't die right here at the end. So Frieza in slot 1. Obviously everybody's getting the attack boost now from the Spirit Bomb. I decide I am actually going to double item here, because as long as we get lucky with him not dodging everything, we are going to finish the fight hopefully within the next 2 turns. Which is why I decided to double up, because I really didn't think at this point, like if someone takes a super without the 2 items active, I was actually really worried that we could die. And if I went into the next turn with a Whis up, Whis available to use, but we were on super low health, it probably would have still been the end. And unfortunately, Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku decides to dodge Frieza's super attack. Really high attack stat for him, but the blue boys coming in, I think that was just over 8 million attack stat from them. So they crit for over 2 mil. They get the couple of additional normal attacks here. No crits on them, sadly, but they do get the additional super. So this is the perfect turn for them to have gotten the additional super, because they're getting that massive attack buff from the Spirit Bomb. So 4 million attack stat on that second super attack. Although, unfortunately, that didn't crit either, so we only did 1 million damage. At this point, I was getting really worried that we were still going to fumble this right at the end, because, like, them not getting crits, those super attacks would have done so much more damage. And obviously, Frieza's super attack getting dodged, that would have done an insane amount of damage. But here, we are going to be looking pretty good, because we still have the Whis up. We have 17 on rotation to provide everybody with some extra defense, and then we're able to get Ultra Supers for both of the LRs. So unless he goes on a crazy dodging spree again, I was kind of confident that this could be the final turn. So UI Goku hitting a 5.5 million attack stat. Does he crit here? He doesn't crit again. So again, this is RNG like playing into it again, because if we'd gotten more crits, we potentially would have been done by now. And obviously UI Goku unable to dodge in this final stage, gets hit with a super attack. It does 150k. I guess that's not too bad with the item up and then the defense from 17. Very solid attack stat from LR Goku and Frieza as well. I think, do they even crit? Is everyone... Okay, good. Yeah, they crit. So fortunately a crit finally comes in, and you can see Goku is on death's door. So unless he dodges here, our boy 17 going to finish him off. He doesn't dodge. So I thought this was a very poetic ending, since technically 17 is the winner of the Tournament of Power, even though I guess this one isn't actually... the event isn't Tournament of Power related like the old Legendary Goku event, but I guess technically the team is, because it's representatives of Universe 7. So since 17 was the one who did win the Tournament of Power, I thought it was pretty ironic that he is the one who delivers the final blow to Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And there you go. That is the representatives of Universe 7 team finally done on the GT Legendary Goku event. And yeah, definitely the hardest one, I think. So let me know if you have done it. What was your team build? There's not a huge amount of other options really available. I perfectly understand people who are at this point just going to wait until the anniversary to get this mission done, because realistically there's no reason you have to get it done straight away. And yeah, even me, like I say, for my box is pretty solid, but for this particular team, some of the key units are not as like dupe heavy or like link level invested as they could be. So this one was really tough for me, but we finally managed to get it done. So let me know what you guys think down below, and let us go ahead and grab our tickets here. Okay, so we collect the mission here, we get our tickets. I think after the last one, do we have enough to do another multi? I think we do. Because it gives you a weird number of tickets, because after one video run, we didn't have enough, but yeah, we do here. And we get 5 for each one, yeah, so once we, of course, there's only one left, so once we've done the last one, we'll get one final multi. So we'll drop these tickets to end the video. I've been doing this at the end of each run. Only Piccolo flying in. So far, out of all the tickets, we've only pulled one SSR, and I don't think I could actually even use them. At the time, I wasn't too sure, but I don't think I can, which was the GT, like, base form Goku that has the Dragon Fist super attack, the STR one. So far, the only SSR that we've pulled off of these tickets. Seems like with the way luck has been factoring into this event so far for me, I'm not going to be one of those people that gets one of the free LR pulls. But there you go, another 7 SR Gokus. You'll love to see it. But there you go. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know down below if you've managed to do reps of Universe 7. Are you going to wait till the anniversary? If you have done it, let us know your team build down below. And yeah, that is going to be it for the video. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.